From The Independent, Gavin Newsom confronted at press conference about missing $24 billion spent on tackling homelessness. And as far as I know, The Independent is a weird leftist commie publication. So they're even saying, what the hell's going on here? And you just got so greedy, bro. Who knows what's happening? But when, Flavor Flav, Charlene McRae, wife of Comrade de Blasio, Warren Wilhelm, former mayor of New York City, when she stole, almost $1 billion, that flew under the radar. And it seemed like it could have been plenty of money and nobody cared. But now when you have a city a state, I should say, that's literally collapsing, and you have embezzled or $24 billion has somehow gone missing, it's a little bit too much for even the weirdo commie publications to ignore. But my name's Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm absolutely begging you.
I'm begging you, please. Come on, please.
Because the algorithm is a beast. So it would help me a lot if you engage with the content, and it costs you nothing. But it would help me even more if you bought my book, New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued, on Amazon.com. That link will be in the description.
Governor Gavin Newsom announced his revised budget Friday, saying the state is facing back-to-back deficits in the next 2 years.
We are facing a $27.6 billion challenge.
Yeah, how did that happen? How? Answer the question, right? I mean, taxes are through the roof. There's a gas tax. They're going to tax the air you breathe. I mean, parking meters everywhere. They're going to charge you a fine if you don't separate your garbage properly. There's taxes on top of taxes, but somehow you are still deep in the hole, and we just need a little bit more money. We're going to fix it. And then I'm going to get $6 billion to fix the homelessness issue that I said I was going to fix in 2008 with a 10-year plan.
Problem of those that are out on the streets that we define as homeless, we better solve the housing problem if we're going to have an impact. And that's why we established this framework, what we call a 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness in San Francisco.
But of course, that deadline came and went.
Next year, to my point about a multi-year strategy, we project a $28 billion shortfall.
Newsom's proposal for next year is a
Okay, so it's going to get worse? Right? Is that the point you're trying to make? Oh yeah, we're actually going to lose even more money next year. All right, I guess that's truthful.
$288 billion budget, much lower than his previous $310 billion budget proposal. It includes cuts in services to about 260 state programs, along with a dip in...
But I can almost be sure that Governor Scumbag Greaseball Bang Your Wife Gavin Newsom is not going to take a salary cut. He's not even going to pay his workers that work at his restaurant the minimum wage that he imposed on other restaurants.
Into the state's rainy day funds and an 8% reduction in the state's workforce by eliminating unfilled job posts.
Plus or minus 10,000 vacant positions. Those positions are being determined in real time at every agency and department. We want a leaner government, streamlined government.
The governor says the state's progressive tax system is vulnerable to swings in the stock market, so tax revenue came in below projected levels.
There are areas where core services are being impacted, but the vast majority are being protected. Existing services provided to existing people.
Newsom says his proposal includes one-time cuts to programs such as CalWorks employment services, behavioral health for youth, and water storage improvements meant to help address drought.
Wait. But am I mistaken? Or did you not offer health care to illegals and then you wanted to cut their junk off? Was that all going to be free? How did that work?
He also listed ongoing cuts, including a reduction in state and local prison housing, which he says would save the state $80 million a year.
Oh, yeah. We're going to let even more prisoners out, right? A couple of years ago, we let some of the prisoners out because they were going to get Rona, which I can't for the life of me imagine why anybody would care. But we're going to let some of them out so we can save some money. And I'm sure there's going to be no side effects of that.
We are proposing to shut down at 13 prisons.
Look, this guy, he has the gestures and the speech cadence of a politician from 1998, right? It's over, bro. We don't want this anymore. And you guys are banking on decades of brainwashing, but I think even the people in California can see clear through this. But he's not going to leave. He's not going to be voted out. He's going to say, oh, well, the black guy who's running against me, he's actually a white supremacist.
An additional 46 housing units that would reduce the census of beds by just shy of 4,600.
The nonprofit California Budget and Policy Center has one big concern.
There are no significant increases in revenue either in the short term or to address multi-year budget challenges. And we think as long as he leaves those revenue proposals off the table, he's impeding his own ability to reach solutions to provide a California.
He doesn't want solutions. Obviously, he wants to create more problems and then charge you for the solutions he proposes. They're never going to happen, obviously.
California for all.
Newsom also proposed delays in program expansions to food assistance and child care aid, as well as tax credits for low-income, young children, and foster youth. Lawmakers have until June 15th to pass a budget. In the newsroom, Jana Kalsiyama, KTV.
Oh, yeah, the lawmakers. I guess we trust them, right? I mean, the California Supreme Court, Gavin Newsom, Nancy Pelosi, Scott Wiener, Kamala Harris, they're destroying things on purpose. And I guess, oh, well, you got to reelect me and I'm going to fix it. But it's been 30 years, I don't know, or 20 years at least when the governor, took office. And I guess things were okay. I was obviously much younger then. But he, of course, was, I guess, a wolf in sheep's clothing because he later came out and was like, screw your freedom, you have to get the shot. And it's like, okay, bro. But that aside, this from Politico, Gavin Newsom is coming for your car, and he wants you to know it, which I did read through this article, and they literally don't tell you what the strategy is. They spend like 1,000 words telling you that cars are bad and we're going to go green, and Gavin Newsom is going to go to the Vatican, and he's going to pitch this propaganda, but they don't really tell you what he plans to do, except for gain more control and more of your money. Look at this. I mean, look at this, bro. All of that, and maybe I missed it, but I read this thing like 3 times trying to understand what the actual proposal is, and it's nothing except to say, oh, well, cars are bad. And here's the last one. California mercilessly mocked for spending $11 billion and 9 years on a high-speed rail bridge to nowhere. So, I mean, these are the things that have made news. Obviously, these are the things that people are paying attention to. And I say it all the time with San Francisco Mayor London Breed, who confessed to ethics violations that cost her nearly $23,000. That's what's on the table, right? Talk about the iceberg theory. This is what we know is going wrong. And I can only assume that there are exponentially more problems, more things happening with this completely corrupt scumbag, and I truly don't understand how anybody can look at him and not just see a lizard person coming to take your money, right? This is the picture. This is the epitome of somebody bashing your knees, giving you a wheelchair, sending you a bill, and expecting an apology. Or perhaps more accurately, I don't know. They're obviously just metaphors, but this is kind of like somebody breaking into your house or your car, stealing things, and then helping you look for what they stole.